20 years after his daughter vanished, someone tells cops to go to McDonald's. 20 years after his daughter disappeared, someone directs the police to a McDonald's in Connecticut. The long-awaited day has finally arrived. 2 decades of relentless searching had etched lines of worry onto Robert Dawson's face. But today, a flicker of hope danced in his eyes. The call he'd received was a lifeline, a chance to reconnect with his daughter Emily, vanished without a trace for 20 agonizing years. Boarding the plane to Connecticut, a world away from his Kansas home, a kaleidoscope of emotions swirled within him. In 2004, a fateful Saturday shattered his world. Emily, a whirlwind of joy at 6 years old, was snatched away. As a single father, she had been his everything. A sunny afternoon at the park turned into a nightmare. A momentary lapse to buy ice cream, and Emily was gone. Panic clawed at him as he searched frantically, his cries echoing unanswered. The police arrived, launching a relentless search that yielded nothing. The years that followed were a blur of relentless pursuit. Robert quit his job, sold his belongings, and poured every ounce of energy into finding Emily. He crisscrossed states, chasing leads, and plastered missing posters everywhere. The Missing Children's Network became his lifeline, and he partnered with the authorities, clinging to the desperate hope of a breakthrough. Then, a week ago, a beacon cut through the darkness. An anonymous tip led the police to a McDonald's in Connecticut. A young woman matching Emily's description had been spotted. Hope, laced with trepidation, surged through Robert as he boarded the plane, his heart a drum against his ribs. In Hartford, Detective Sarah Collins, a seasoned officer who had inherited the case a decade ago, awaited him. Their shared journey had forged a bond. "Mr. Dawson," she said, her voice a soothing balm, "we need to be prepared for anything. We have a team at the McDonald's. If it's Emily, we'll reunite you." Tears welled in Robert's eyes. "Thank you," he choked out. "I've waited a lifetime for this." The drive was an agonizing mix of anticipation and dread. What would Emily look like? How would she react? Would she even remember him? The McDonald's bustled with normalcy. The families ate and employees hustled. Then the police entered, their eyes scanning the crowd. In a corner booth, a young woman sat, engrossed in a book. She looked up, startled, as the officers approached. "Excuse me, miss," one began. "We need to talk." "Can you come with us?" Confusion and fear flickered across the woman's face. "What's happening?" The officers reassured her, explaining the need for identification. She followed them outside where Robert and Sarah waited. Robert's breath caught in his throat. This young woman, a beautiful reflection of the little girl he'd lost, was a tangible answer to his silent prayers. His hands trembled as he stepped forward, hope thrumming a frantic rhythm in his chest. A strangled Emily? Escaped Robert's lips, barely a whisper that seemed to hang in the air. It was a question, a plea, and a desperate hope all rolled into one. The young woman's head snapped up, her gaze locking with Robert's. Her wide eyes, the same shade of blue he remembered from his little girl, reflected a whirlwind of emotions, shock, disbelief, and a flicker of something that might have been hope. A trembling question, barely audible, emerged from her parched lips. "Dad." The dam broke in Robert's eyes. Tears, long held captive, streamed down his face, carving tracks through the lines etched by worry and years of searching. In a surge of overwhelming emotion, he lunged forward, engulfing her in a fierce embrace that spoke volumes of the love and longing that had festered within him for 2 decades. "Oh, Emily," he choked out, his voice thick with a cocktail of relief, joy, and the raw ache of years of separation. "My baby girl, I've missed you so much." Every word was a struggle, each syllable laden with the weight of his unwavering love and the torment of their lost years. Emily clung to him desperately, her body racked with silent sobs that racked her entire frame. Years of fear, uncertainty, and a constant undercurrent of longing finally spilled out in the safety of her father's arms. Finally, she managed a choked response, the words raw and emotional. "I've missed you too, Dad. I never stopped thinking about you." Her voice, barely a whisper, held the echo of a little girl lost and the strength of a young woman who had endured. Sarah, who had observed the scene from a distance, felt a wave of relief wash over her, mingled with a deep sense of satisfaction. This wasn't just a reunion, it was a culmination of years of relentless pursuit, a testament to the enduring power of love and the unwavering hope that had fueled Robert's search. In that moment, amidst the tangle of emotions, Sarah saw a glimpse of the healing that would begin for both father and daughter. It was a powerful reminder of why she persisted in her work, a tangible reward for the countless hours dedicated to reuniting families. Sunlight dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Nestled in their newfound connection, Robert knew the path ahead wouldn't be easy. Challenges and hurdles loomed, but they'd face them together, a family once more. The past 2 decades, etched with pain and uncertainty, were a prelude to this moment. Now, a future stretched before them, brimming with hope and the promise of new memories. The journey was far from over, but hand in hand, Robert and Emily were ready. In the quiet embrace of the twilight, they acknowledged the unbreakable bond that thrummed between them, love that had weathered years of separation. The following months were a tapestry woven with joy and adjustment. Emily seamlessly integrated into her new life, yet shadows of the past lingered. Memories of Linda surfaced, laced with confusion and anger. One day, after a therapy session, a question tumbled from Emily's lips as they drove home. "Dad, can I ever forgive Linda?" Robert sighed, his gaze fixed on the road. "Forgiveness, Emily, is a complex journey. It's for you, not her. It may take time, and that's okay. What matters most is finding peace within yourself." Emily absorbed his words, a thoughtful crease forming on her brow. "Moving forward feels hard. She stole so much from us." Robert reached out, squeezing her hand gently. "We'll get through this together, Emily, one step at a time." Seasons turned, mirroring the changes in their lives. Emily blossomed in school, discovering a passion for writing. She channeled her emotions into stories and articles, joining the school newspaper. Robert, filled with pride, watched her flourish, a stark contrast to the dark days he'd feared would define them. One spring afternoon, they embarked on a symbolic journey, returning to the park where Emily had vanished. It was a way to confront the past and reclaim their present. As they walked, Emily paused, her gaze lingering on the spot where she'd last seen her father. "I remember this place," she whispered, a torrent of memories flooding back. The ice cream, the carousel. Tears welled in Robert's eyes. "Me too, Emily, but today we make new memories, happy ones." They spent the day basking in the sun, riding the carousel, and savoring ice cream cones. Laughter replaced the sorrow of the past. Later, as they sat by the lake, a newfound determination shone in Emily's eyes. "Dad, I want to write our story. To share it with the world, to help others who might be going through something similar." A wave of pride washed over Robert. "That's incredible, Emily. Your story can inspire so many." A spark ignited in Emily's eyes. "Then that's what I'll do. I'll make sure our story is heard." Months melted into each other as Emily poured her life story onto the page. Painful memories, flickering hope, and the ecstatic reunion. She wove them all into a tapestry of words. Robert was her constant anchor, a source of unwavering support and encouragement. Finally, the day arrived. The book was published, and it resonated. A wave of acclaim washed over Emily's story. Letters arrived from corners of the world, each one a testament to the universality of their experience. Invitations to speak poured in. Schools, events, anywhere a message of resilience was needed. Emily, once a victim, found her voice, sharing her journey and offering hope to others who had walked in darkness. Through it all, Robert beamed with pride. The lost little girl had blossomed into a strong, courageous woman. Together, they had transformed their pain into a beacon of love and perseverance, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Years flowed by, solidifying their bond. Emily graduated high school with flying colors, her sights set on a psychology degree. Helping others navigate the labyrinth of trauma, as she had, fueled her passion. Robert, watching her flourish, felt a deep sense of peace. They had weathered storms most wouldn't dare face, emerging stronger on the other side. Theirs was a story each set in love, hope, and the unwavering connection between a father and his daughter. Graduation day arrived, and there they stood, bathed in the golden light of Emily's achievement. The future stretched before them, a canvas brimming with possibility. They knew, with unshakable certainty, that whatever life threw their way, they would face it together. The past was a memory, a closed chapter. The future was a symphony waiting to be composed, a melody rich with joy, love, and hope. As they embraced, a silent promise hung in the air. Together, they were ready to conquer anything.